Am I the asshole for disinviting my mom from my wedding 2 weeks beforehand? I started seeing my boyfriend 5 years ago, soon after I moved out of my mom's house. It took about a year before I introduced them, and as soon as I did, my mom made her disapproval obvious. She suggested he wasn't good enough for me because of his job title, income, education level, etc. She said he was weird and that I should be with someone normal to make me more normal. She said she wasted her money putting me through college because I didn't meet my future husband there like she did. Gradually she laid off all the negative comments and seemed to accept him. I didn't think anything of it when I invited her to our wedding, because I thought everyone invites their mom to their wedding. She was supposed to even walk me down the aisle, since Dad died a few years ago. Then yesterday, I was at my mom's house, with no one else there. She said make sure he has a nice suit so we can pretend you're marrying a successful man. Then she started laughing hysterically at her own joke. I said if you don't like who I'm actually marrying, don't come. Then her mood suddenly changed and she yelled at me, "That's no way to talk to your mother." I ran out in tears and then I thought a lot about how my mom has talked about my fiancé. I realized that nothing she could say to me now would make me comfortable having her at the wedding. We would have to change a few plans last minute, but I would be much happier without her there at this point. I texted her and told her my decision was final and she was not coming. My mom says I'm overreacting to a harmless joke, and that the whole family will be shocked by my decision and she will be humiliated. She said if I didn't want her there I should have told her from the start and that there's no way I was changing my mind over that one joke. Am I overreacting by making such a drastic decision at the last minute? Is this too harsh to my mom? Not the asshole. Every joke is just a partially joke. Your mom definitely does not respect your choice and your decision. Since she is prone to humiliate people, it's a wise choice to get her out of your wedding. Do not let this woman come to your wedding because she will shit on him during the day. Change the time, date, venue, and don't tell her. Hire bouncers. Whatever it takes. That was not a harmless joke. That was her not supporting your marriage. So she's out. Not the asshole. Not the asshole to prevent stress for yourself and prevent your husband from being a future subscriber to the Just Namil sub. Uninviting her would not be an thing to do. Since she was due to walk you down the aisle, you could walk halfway by yourself, have your husband meet you there, and then the two of you walk the rest of the way together. Mazel tov on your wedding. Not the asshole. If she can't respect you and the person you chose to marry, she doesn't need to waste her time and your energy by coming to the wedding. Your mom is harsh, she deserves harsh. Not the asshole. You're not overreacting at all, and it's not about one joke, it's simply the last one. You said it yourself, looking back she's never liked or respected him, or your relationship with him, so why would you want her there? Her being worried about being humiliated is the only reason she's actually upset, and frankly that's not your problem. You're making the right choice, stick to it. And let the venue ushers know she's unwelcome and not allowed in. Not the asshole, do not stand down. Notify everyone about what she has said to you and let them understand she tried to do everything she could to bash him and make you break up. Also tell everyone she keeps stating he's not successful for the past 4 years. Not the asshole. My mother doesn't like my now husband. She was always rude and shitty to him. I did not invite her to our wedding. I refused to have anyone there who didn't respect my partner. I didn't want to have to look at her RBF and have my husband uncomfortable on our special day. His mother wasn't there either because she's batshit crazy and his siblings refused to bring her. Hire security to keep her out. Not the asshole. That is not a harmless joke. It is your right to cancel the invitation. Kudos for sticking up for your future husband. May you have a lifetime of happiness. Not the asshole, you have not disinvited her over one joke. You have disinvited her because you finally realized that all her jokes were her disrespecting and not supporting you and BF. A wedding is so you start your married life with people who support and care about you. She has shown neither, so there is no reason for her to be there. That's exactly what you tell people when they question you on it. Not the asshole your mom sounds awful. Personally, I think you might even need to consider how much you have her in your life, period. 5 years and she still degrades and disrespects you and your fiancé. No. Just no. You're not changing your plans to invite her over one joke. You've changed it because you're finally seeing her pattern of behavior for what it is: unacceptable. And that warrants consequences, so she knows you mean business when it comes to her place in your life, in that you will choose protecting your spouse over her inability to keep her hatefulness to herself. Not the asshole. So she sent you to college for a Mrs. degree, which was a societal expectation years ago but not really these days. Not the asshole you're not disinviting your mom because of one joke but because of the continuous disrespect towards your husband. She fears to be humiliated. Well, maybe she should have humiliated your man then over and over. When people justify their assholiness with "you're just overreacting," it makes me truly aggressive. Please don't let her or anyone manipulate and guilt trip you on this, and if they try, which I couldn't imagine, they won't take a breath and a step back from the situation and ask yourself, what do you want? Not the asshole. Your mum's harmless jokes are very harmful and hurtful. You and your husband to be should not have to listen to that sort of SHT on your wedding day. And if she attends, who knows what pearls she is going to come up with. No, she fed around and found out. That was awful. Not the asshole. Have a great day, surrounded by people who love you. Not the asshole, but hire some college boys to moonlight as door greeters, actually security, and give them a list of people not allowed in. Not the asshole. She's made sure you know how much she doesn't support your marriage. Frankly, she doesn't even seem to like you. If she can't keep her mouth shut the bare minimum, then she has no business being at the wedding. She's shown you too many times that she's more than happy to tell anyone who will listen how much she hates your fiancé and your life choices. It's come down to a very straightforward choice: either she's humiliated, or you are. You're the bride, and she's your family, so you get to pick which option you'd prefer. Not the asshole. She has repeatedly insulted him, refuses to stop, and only wants to go because what will people think? Have a great wedding with people who actually support your marriage. She can spend the time finding a successful man for herself. Not the asshole. Not the asshole the whole family's feelings aren't really your problem, it's your wedding. She's just trying to guilt trip you. If they really care, you can tell them what she's been saying about the groom, cause it's his wedding too for 4 years. X200BETA. Someone else in another post a few days ago uninvited her mom from her wedding and hired a security guy to ensure nothing would happen. Please consider doing this in the crazy total. The budget for one guy at the door for the day is barely noticeable. Not the asshole. Only people who support your marriage should be at the wedding, and that doesn't include your mother. You're a good wife for standing up for your husband. I'm overreacting to a harmless joke. It's just a joke isn't an excuse when the punchline is it's funny because it's true. Not the asshole, but can you talk to her and ask her for an apology and tell her that if you allow her to be there, and to walk you down the aisle, she has to keep her feelings and her jokes to herself. If there is even a single hint of negativity, she will be escorted out. I'm betting that the threat alone is enough to keep her in line. Not having your mom at your wedding is something you can't take back, and regrets are hard to live with. At least have a discussion explaining your hard and fast boundaries. Nah. Let her hear about your wedding from those around her instead. She has no interest in seeing you marry the man you love. She's made up her mind that is not good enough for you, so she can have the day back to herself to do something she'd prefer to do instead. Not the asshole. OMG, your mother is an AH. You are not the asshole. I would disinvite her. Not the asshole. Your mother pushed you too far and this is the result. It's your and your finances wedding. I regret having my mom have anything to with my courthouse wedding. I hate she drove me there and kept trying to convince me to let her turn the car around. Even my dad eventually snapped at her to knock it off. You might want to tell all the family members that come to you shocked by your decision what she joked. Not the asshole. I cannot imagine having this toxic sort of a parent. I am sorry for the conditions you had to endure. Hire security to make sure she's turned away. It'll be worth every penny. If she turns family against you, I would tell them she's said nasty things about your future husband, and since she cannot be happy for you and has continually been cruel, she doesn't have to be there, and if they support her they can stay away as well. She will be humiliated. Good. Is this too harsh to my mom? No. She needs a good talking to. State either you don't come and we actually never see you again, or you accept the man that I love and will be the father to your grandchildren. She comes and enjoys wedding and doesn't make a peep, or she's blacklisted for the rest of her life. Not the asshole. However, be prepared for this to be the end of your relationship with your mother. Whether you like it or not, I would say that not letting her come to your wedding will close that door for good, so as long as you are mentally good with that, then go ahead and disinvite. Not the asshole. I almost thought you were writing about my mother. She had this same reaction about my ex, whom she disapproved of because he didn't earn enough money for her. Both my parents actually refused to attend family functions if he was coming because they were embarrassed and wanted it to be known they don't approve of associating with him. She humiliated herself by shitting on your partner. You don't want a single person at your wedding who isn't supportive. You will feel their bad energy. Not the asshole, but I'd tell her this isn't just one event. You've been disparaging him since the day I met him, consistently. I'm just sorry it took so long for me to stand up for the man I love. I may give you another chance to accept him as my spouse after we're married and settled down, but you've lost your chance to accept him before the wedding. Your mom is a thoughtless A. But maybe you overreacted. Mom's right, you don't disinvite over one unfunny joke. It's hard to say more without a lot more information. It does seem a little bit extreme to ban mom, however. You are an asshole if you listen to the people in this thread who want to tear your family apart. Have someone keep an eye out for her in case she tries something. The whole family will be shocked by my decision and she will be humiliated. So you either choose for your mom to be at the wedding with the risk she will insult your future husband at the day and all the days before and after. Or you set boundaries once for all, and put your husband first, which means mommy can fret home alone. You wisely chose your husband. Not the asshole, and enjoy your wedding day. She will be an ass during the wedding. She's already let you know. Don't not let her go. Not the asshole. There's no way I was changing my mind over that one joke, even without her long history of terrible behavior. That one joke actually would be enough to get her disinvited. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your mom is abusive and toxic. You don't need her disrespect at your wedding. That's no way to talk to your mother, and that joke was no way to talk to your daughter, lady. OP is not the asshole. BO, it was a joke for 5 years lol. No, glad it made her laugh though. Tell her it's a serious wedding, so no jokesters are allowed. Sorry. Not the asshole. Nope. There's no way I was changing my mind over one joke. This woman is trying to convince you that you are wrong for calling her out. She's trying to guilt you with other people. She's belittling your feelings by telling you're overreacting and reiterating that it was harmless. Clearly it caused harm. No. You're not the asshole. You're choosing your soon-to-be husband over a wretched woman. Congratulations, OP, and may your marriage be a happy one. Foot. Not the asshole. She will be the same or worse at the wedding. Weddings can bring out the worst in people. Whatever you say or threaten will not change her